So male and female sexuality is not the same thing. There's a lot that overlaps, but it's not the same thing. A lot of guys like to get obsessed over their dick size. But for women it doesn't matter as much. 5 inches, 5.5 inches, it's not that big a deal. It matters more that you're able to make her feel special during sex. You can make her feel worshipped. You can make her feel, pleasured properly. You can hit the right spots, and you can make her feel that you truly do love her and that you're there in this intimate moment for her, not just physically, but emotionally. Emotional safety is a big thing for women. It's a big thing for everybody, obviously, but for women especially. One of the spots that it really happens a lot for is sexting. She sends you a nude pic. Why do people do that, right? Like, you're taking a picture of your body, you're putting it out there to be judged by this person. Like, why are you doing that? The reason is for body positivity and affirmation. You're into this person, you really like this person, and you want to send them a picture of you and your body specifically in order to make them feel lustful. They want to be appreciated and validated. Body positivity all the way. For men, it does not matter that much because, what can we do, right? For sexting, what can we do? We can take a dick pic, and that's really about it. And dick pics are not impressive. They're not that interesting. Dicks across the board are pretty much the same thing. There's very little different about them. You see one dick, you've seen them all. The female form, though, there's a whole bunch of different things that vary about it. There's 5 different things that women are concerned about with with their boobs. They're also concerned about the sides of their belly. They're concerned about the front of their belly. They're concerned about random little things like the size of their arms or something. They don't want to be buff. They want to be relatively dainty, kind of. There's a huge number of different things that women are concerned about with their female form. And because of that, growing up that way, all women have grown up comparing themselves to all other women, so much more than us guys compare ourselves to other guys. We'll compare, I've got 5 inches, you've got 4.5, which means I'm way more masculine than you. But then women, there's so much more to it. So when she sends you a nude, or whatever, she's doing it for affirmation and body positivity, validation that you like what you see, you are turned on as her significant other. And it matters way more for her than it does for us. Which is why it's so important that you respond appropriately and you make sure that she knows just how good it makes you feel. I guess a couple other things would be the difference in arousal and the idea of foreplay. So, arousal for a man is relatively quick and spontaneous, right? You see a fine dame, you see this fine woman, she's looking hot, and you're like, wow, that's hot, and you get a boner. It's relatively quick, and it happens relatively consistently throughout life. But for a woman, foreplay is a lot more important. The lead up to sex is on equal footing to a woman as the sex. You know, throughout the day, you make it clear your desire for her. You make it clear how she makes you feel, and she makes you feel real good. You make it clear with maybe some flirting, some dirty talk, you know, the tone of your voice, nice and, you know, sexy for her. All these different things throughout the day leading up to it, which is, it explains why women typically would prefer sex at night. You know, it's not a spontaneous thing for them like it is for men. You know, men, you know, they'll like to have sex anytime. In the morning, you know, in the afternoon, it doesn't really matter. But for them it does, because they want that foreplay. They want the lead up to the sex. So they typically want sex at night, because that way they have the whole day to lead up to it. And it can be a gradual building of arousal throughout the entire day. You know, little things throughout the day, little interactions you've had. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. There's a difference between male and female sexuality. There's a difference. There are many differences in the way that we experience these emotions, these feelings. And if you make an effort as a man to understand, like, how your woman specifically feels about these things and how she experiences these things, then it can lead to a much happier relationship. That's about it. Yeah, goodbye.